Good morning, everyone. With me today we have, to my left, Robert Mujica, who is the director of the New York State Budget Division. We have Colonel Robert Mitchell, who is the director of the domestic operations of the New York National Guard. And to my right, Gil Quinones, who is the president and the CEO of the New York Power Authority and runs all the power operations in the state of New York. All three of these gentlemen have been intimately involved in the Puerto Rico recovery effort that has been going on for 72 days now, believe it or not. New York has been very engaged, as you know, in the Puerto Rico recovery effort, and we're very proud of that. The crisis in Puerto Rico goes on. Hurricane Maria and Irma were 72 days ago. It also hit Texas and Florida. Texas and Florida are in many ways back up and running. And in many ways, the psyche of this country has moved past the hurricanes. A lot has happened in the past 72 days. But it's very important to remember that in Puerto Rico, the pain, the suffering still goes on today. 1/3 of the people of Puerto Rico still don't have power. Most of the homes in Puerto Rico, you still have to boil the water before you use it. There are still 1,000 people in shelters in Puerto Rico, and hundreds of thousands of people have left the island, possibly never to return. And in Puerto Rico, if we don't get the reconstruction underway in a committed fashion, the damage to the economy can be lasting. And with the number of people leaving the island, if it's not rebuilt quickly, they may never come back. And if we're not careful, and if we're not diligent, this will go down in the history books as an incident that changed the trajectory of the future of Puerto Rico. I'm very proud of the way New Yorkers have responded. They like to talk about how tough New Yorkers are. What they leave out in that story is how loving and compassionate and giving New Yorkers are. The Puerto Rican community is very much a part of the New York family, and that is exactly how New Yorkers responded here and reacted. They reacted as if a family member was in trouble. The outpouring of support from all across the state has been phenomenal and exceeded my wildest expectations. We still are sending down 500 pallets of goods to Puerto Rico every week. We've sent down over 3,400 pallets of donated goods, vital goods for the people of Puerto Rico, water, canned food, products that one would need in their home. It really has been extraordinary. Governmentally, over 700 people have been deployed to Puerto Rico from New York. We've sent doctors, we've sent health care personnel. We have about 500 people on the island now who are helping restore the power. One of the main reasons the power has come back is because of the assistance they've received from the power crews from New York. And that's why Gil Quinones and the Power Authority has been coordinating that. But if you go to Puerto Rico today, you will see Con Ed trucks. The way you'll see Con Ed trucks in Manhattan, you'll see Con Ed trucks in San Juan. And literally 500 personnel are still down there. Many are working 4-week shifts. So New Yorkers went down to be away from their family for a month to help, which is really heroic and extraordinary. The National Guard has been deployed to Puerto Rico. State police have been deployed to Puerto Rico. As I mentioned, medical personnel. In my opinion, the federal government should be ashamed of itself in the way they've handled this. Puerto Rico has not gotten the care and the attention that they deserved. The people of Puerto Rico are American citizens. They were not treated that way. The people of Puerto Rico have been treated as second-class citizens by this federal government. I resent it as a New Yorker. I resent it as an American. And the federal government should be ashamed of itself. There is a plan to now rebuild Puerto Rico that we helped the island put together, called the Build Back Better plan. It's a $94 billion plan to repair the damages of Puerto Rico. The federal government needs to pass that plan as part of the supplemental appropriation that helps Texas and helps Florida. We need to help Puerto Rico the same way because they are the same as the people in Texas and Florida. They're American citizens. Congress has not acted on that recovery plan for Puerto Rico, which is also a shame. In my opinion, the Congress should show the same commitment they show to passing their tax plan. They should show that same commitment and energy to passing the plan to help Puerto Rico. Last night, in the middle of the night, the Senate passed the tax plan. They're in a tremendous rush to give the rich people of this country a tax break. They're in a tremendous rush to give the rich corporations a tax break. They should have half that energy when it comes to helping the people of Puerto Rico who are suffering day in and day out. Their priorities are upside down. They are committed to passing the Help the Rich People Tax Act. They should be as committed to helping the desperate of Puerto Rico Recovery Act. They literally have their priorities upside down. We're going to visit Puerto Rico today. We're going to thank the workers who are there and doing their best to help Puerto Rico. I want to discuss with the governor the progress they're making congressionally and see how we can help to get that federal plan passed and to take a tour to see the actual state of the recovery and how else New Yorkers can help. As I said, New Yorkers are willing to go above and beyond, and we just want to make sure we're doing everything we can to be helpful. Any questions? Yeah, who's in the best position to talk to that?
I don't know.
The operation is underway. We can get you the exact numbers of how many filtration devices have been sent out and how many are operational. But that is one part of the effort. We've been helping with donated goods. We've been helping with medical personnel, with the National Guard personnel, state police personnel, food, health services, and power restoration, which is probably the most dramatic immediate need, was getting the lights back on, literally. And as I mentioned, we have 500 personnel who are still there today working on the power restoration. But we'll get you the numbers on filtration. Well, look, they can do what they should be doing, right? It would have been nice if this nation showed the commitment that it showed to other states, Texas, Florida, etc., if they had that same level of commitment to Puerto Rico and rebuilding Puerto Rico. Which, remember, the people in Puerto Rico are American citizens. We're not talking about helping a foreign entity. These are our American brothers and sisters. I was in the federal government. I worked on 12 disasters all across this country, in Nicaragua, in Haiti, in Honduras. We showed more effort and compassion to foreign countries during the Clinton administration than we have shown to the people of Puerto Rico now. So it's a shame that we are where we are 72 days after the storm. Going forward, they have on their desk a comprehensive plan called the Build Back Better plan that outlines the help Puerto Rico needs to rebuild. It has a price tag of about $94 billion. It's a smart plan. It was done by the best experts in Puerto Rico and in the United States. They have not yet acted on the plan. They could stay up all night last night to pass a tax bill that helps rich people. It's the exact opposite of what they said in the campaign. They said they were going to pass tax relief to help the middle class. Remember in the campaign, everything was help the middle class, help the middle class, help the middle class. As soon as they got in office, help the middle class and the help the middle class tax reform was a sham. It was a fraud on the people of this country. This tax plan does nothing for the middle class. This is old-style conservative trickle-down theory. Cut the taxes for the rich, cut the taxes for the rich corporations, they'll spend money, and the benefits will trickle down to the rest of us. That's exactly what they did. They stayed up through the night to pass the Help the Rich People tax plan. Why didn't you pass the Help the Desperate People of Puerto Rico Recovery Act? Their priorities are totally misplaced. Tax plan is going to be devastating for New York, as it is for every state where you have middle class and working families, because it is all focused on a tax cut for the rich. To add insult to injury, there are then special provisions that are an assault aimed at the economic heart of New York, California, and other, frankly, democratic states, which is the elimination of state and local tax deductibility. Now, it's complicated, those words, so people haven't focused on it. What it means is you pay state tax, you pay property tax. Right now, you deduct that from your federal income tax. They would eliminate it. So their plan actually taxes the taxes that New York families pay. This from the party that says they want to reduce taxation. And they're actually coming up with the first double taxation in history. And it's aimed at democratic states. So that takes a tremendous toll on the state of New York. New York they're using as a piggy bank to finance the tax cuts in other states in the Midwest and in the South. That's exactly what they're doing. They're against redistribution, they say. Democrats, they say, like redistribution. Take from the rich, give to the middle class and the working families. This is redistribution on steroids. They're taking from rich states like New York and California, and they're subsidizing tax cuts in the poorer states. It is the ultimate hypocrisy. The ultimate hypocrisy and the ultimate fraud. They were going to help middle class and working families. This does the exact opposite.
Anything else, guys? Thank you.
Thank you very much.